Hello everyone and welcome to Art with Kendra. Now in today's video, I am going to be drawing my daughter's book here that I make her on her birthday every year. Her birthday has passed, but I've asked her the questions and I'm going to be putting them in this book. So I ask questions like, what's your favorite color? What do you want to be when you grow up? Those sorts of things. And then I write down the answers in the book. So this is the one I did when she turned 6. And then now I'm going to do one for when she turns 7. And by the way, these are amazing. Like here's the first page. Your favorite color is rainbow, of course, right? Favorite food is cantaloupe and boom chicka pop. That was her answer last year. So yeah, it's just kind of a little time capsule for her so that she can have it to look back at when she's older. And I, of course, will be able to look back at it too, which is really cool. Some of these answers I was looking through and I didn't even remember them. I asked her to draw pictures in her book. So yeah, so I'm going to get that started today. There's a picture of mommy. So yes, that's what I'm going to be drawing. I'm using toned paper, which is one of my favorite things to use because the colored pencil really pops forward. And I'm going to be drawing the number 7 balloon, and I'll try to do the same kind of reflective balloon. Now I'm going to start with a pencil sketch, and the pencil sketch, I'm going to draw a cartoon version of my daughter here. And I'm going to keep it nice and simple. So I'm just kind of drawing like body shape here. Here's her little hand. And then she's going to be holding her balloon. There we go. The balloon's going to have to kind of squeeze in here. I'm making her taller. I mean, she's getting bigger, but maybe I shouldn't make her too much taller. There we go. So she can hold on to that balloon string. And I'm going to have her looking up at the balloon. So this is just kind of how I do a real basic sketch of, you know, when I'm drawing. And then she's got kind of wavy hair about shoulder length. So I'll do that as well. There. There's 7-year-old Alex, and she'll probably want the hedgehog in there too. So I will draw the hedgehog. Maybe I'll make this nice and long, and the hedgehog is going to have it trying to bite it here. There we go, little hedgehog there. So the next thing that I do is I use my Micron pens, and I like the Micron pens because they don't bleed with alcohol marker like some of the other brands do. So highly recommend these. Micron company, if you're listening, I feel like maybe an endorsement might be good. I buy your pens all the time. I love them. I'm going to be using the thicker pens because I really like nice thick outlines in my cartoons. And I like to keep my cartoons nice and simple. So I'm going to go ahead and just start doing that here. So I have my outlines done now. I'm going to add color. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to be quick. I'm going to actually just focus on the balloon for now. This way we can get through one element, and then, you know, if you're bored, you can always jump off after the element, or you can stick through to the whole video. Now I want to think about where the light is coming from. Now, because I have the face going this way, I think the light coming this way would be best. So this means that I'm going to have most of my shadows kind of on the far edge, but with I'm kind of trying to make this balloon, I'm doing blue balloon, by the way, trying to make this balloon look kind of reflective. So when you have a reflective object, you do have a lot of aggressive highlights and shadows. Where I have those bends, I'm going to get a little bit of wrinkles happening, which is why you see those lines going in there. Now I want to use a nice light blue. Let's see what this one does. That's light enough. I think that's okay. I will be going in, of course, with colored pencil. So even if it does get a little dark, that's all right. I did want it to feel kind of teal. You know, I think what I'll do is just color this whole balloon, which is going to feel super dark. And then I'm going to lift it with the colored pencil. There we go. So I still have that shadow in there. I might actually reinforce that shadow. I have a little bit of a darker blue here. And then I'll use the colored pencil to get those highlights and kind of make that blue feel just a little bit more blue. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to start with the white, and that's going to give me those really intense highlights. You should instantly see this pop, actually, which is going to be exciting. I'm going to do a highlight on the highlight side here. So this would be the sun kind of hitting directly, or the light, or whatever it is. And I'm going to, at the same time, do some of those little kind of squishy lines there. Now, often with a reflective object, if there's any sort of wrinkle, it's going to create both a highlight and a shadow. So even on this side, I might have just a bit of a highlight, a little bit of a highlight there, and a little bit of a highlight even right beside the shadow. So lots of highlights and shadows. And my blue right now feels green because of the background color. So I'm going to go in with a light blue, and I'm going to enhance the tone of the blue so that it feels a little bit more blue. She really likes the color blue. Actually asked her one of the questions, what's your favorite color? She still said rainbow, but then she doubled down a bit and she said it was purple and light blue, and pointed to something that was teal, said like this, and red. Those are the colors she said. So incorporating a little bit of that into my balloon here. And now I'm going to go in with a slightly darker blue, and oh, I have a phone call coming in here. I better hop off. I'll just finish this and then I'll go in. All right, I'll be right back. So I finished up with this. I did like 1 or 2 highlights there while I was on the phone. And we're going to get back into the rest of the drawing. So I'm going to start with the hair here. And I'm going to be using alcohol markers. I pulled a few out here. My daughter's hair is kind of a reddish brown, like an auburn color. So I'm going to do a bit of a blend between these colors. My light's coming in from here, so that's going to put my shadow over here. It's actually a little lighter than I thought it would be. Thought this was going to be darker. This is actually the perfect color for her hair. So I might have to pull a little bit of a darker brown just for some of the shadow areas. There we go. And I'm going to use this as a blender. So this is a kind of like a gold color. And I'm just going to use the belly of the marker, so that kind of the wide area there. And I'm going to move in a circular motion. And that should kind of pull the brown into the yellow and vice versa, so that we have a little bit of a blend. And then I do feel like I need just a little bit more dark. I'm going to get a dark color. Oh, my marker collection. There we go. What do we have? This is maybe too dark. I'm going to throw it in there. Let's see how it looks. I can always kind of blend it out a little bit. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad. You'll be able to see the blending at work a little bit better here. A little bit there. And I'll just go ahead in with this one again and massage the edges to soften that so that it blends in. In my experience, not all alcohol markers will blend the same way. Sometimes different brands do different things. If you're using that fine tip to blend, some markers have just a little tip. It's not very effective. You really do want like a nice wide kind of brush tip like this. And not all markers have that. And, a good alcohol marker should blend. Is it going to be perfect? No, but it should blend. This one might be dry. Let me see here. Oh, all right. So again, I'm going to do a bit of a blend here. Kind of move in circles just to get a little bit of a soft edge. Oh, it is a little dry. I'd have to use the other side. Oh, that side is worse. All right, so I don't have too much of this one left. So I'll just kind of blend those edges, and then I'll need to go in with a different one, I think. Just try to add a little bit to those areas. All right, I'll use pink. I have a refill of this pink, so if I run out, I'll be able to kind of use it. And the pink won't show up too much. I was really hoping this would be more of a purple shirt, but that's okay. I can always use my colored pencils to add that purple pigment in, and it looks like I might have to. And then I think I'll use blue for the pants. I already have it out, and I think it'll look good. So a little bit of a shadow on the inside of the leg there, a little bit under the shirt, a little bit on that side. And then I'll use this one, if I can, to blend that out a little bit. Yeah, the answers in the book are so great. This last year, my daughter and I have been doing collaborative drawings of people's pets to raise money for the local children's hospital. So we draw custom pets and Then we do a, give a digital version of the drawing, and I can also print it onto a bunch of stuff. So that project's been just so much fun to do with her. My son has taken a little bit of an interest in it, but he seems to be less into drawing. Hard to tell though, he's only 3. A lot changes. But he definitely likes the idea of raising money for the Children's Hospital. He gets very excited about that. So hopefully I can find a way to raise money for the Children's Hospital with him too. Felt like that actually blended a little too good. So I'm adding a bit more in, and then I'm going to do one more round of blending here. I almost lost my shadow completely. Really absorbed into the other marker. There we go. All right, now when it comes to the skin tone, I probably will use mostly colored pencils. I'll add a bit of rose to the cheeks there, maybe a little bit of a shadow over here. And now it's time to use colored pencils. Look at how bright that balloon is, by the way. I just looked at it and I'm like, wow, that is a bright balloon. So I'm going to go in with my colored pencil, and I'm actually going to start with the white. I didn't do the hedgehog yet. So my white is going to help to push those highlights forward a little bit, just where the light would hit. I don't want it to be white, but one of the nice things about white is that you can put color on top of it and it sits really nicely. Sometimes if you have color down first and then you try to add in your white, the white doesn't sit very well. It sometimes doesn't even lighten, it just smudges things in. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a white base where I have my highlights here. There we go. Add a little bit to my hedgehog too. I need to color my hedgehog here. Just color it straight brown. A little bit more red of brown than I was hoping, but oh well. Do the nose too. There we go. Yeah, so now I'm going to use purples. This is a really nice purple. I think this is kind of in line with her favorite color. Having that marker base is going to really help this to pop. And I'm going to use pressure to go from dark to light. And I should be able to, I might even just use a blender. Let me see. Here's a blender. Blenders they're just colorless colored pencils basically. So I might be able to blend these colors together. Let me see. Oh, I can. Look at that. I usually like to blend with like a lighter version of the color, but I think this is going to work nicely. Yeah, it's working really well. Kind of blends the different colors together. So that's nice. Only have to use 2 colors in a blender to get that blend working there. Now I'm going to add some darker blue to the pants. I'm going to see if I can do it with the pants too. Save a few steps. Now my outlines seem to be getting a little bit gray, probably a little bit from erasing. And so at some point I'm going to need to go in and kind of strengthen those with my micron again. Now I'm going to do the face. I have some skin tones here. Now the color of the paper is pretty close, so I don't want to go too light with it. I have a little bit of that white there. I'll probably use the blender on the skin as well. Maybe I'll use a little bit of a light yellow here too. Just on the highlight side. I'll add in those rosy cheeks a little bit more. Now the mouth I haven't done too much with. I'm going to use this kind of pink tone. There we go. All right, blender. Clean it off here. There we go. You always want to make sure your blender is clean. I'm just going to go right over the nose. I'll just draw those things back in. There. It works out pretty good. Good enough anyway. And I did want to add a little bit of highlight to the hair. So I'm using this gold color here, and I'm just going to kind of call out a few little waves. I think that's pretty good. All right. I think I do need a little bit of that rosiness back in the cheeks. This is a nice pink. Yeah, I'll throw a bit of this pink in here too, I think. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Nice. All right, now for this little hedgehog. Let's see, adding a bit of purple in there, and I'll add a little bit of white as well, provided I can find it. I guess I can use this one. It's almost white. So light yellow, but against such a dark area, it's going to feel very white. Here, give those spikes a little bit of spikiness. And then right now I'm just going to do my outlines again. While I'm fast forwarding, I'll play some of the clips that I have. I did a video recording of my daughter here, so you can hear her answer some of the questions that I'm eventually going to fill this book with. So what's your favorite color?
Rainbow.
Okay. Favorite food?
Broccoli and cantaloupe.
Broccoli and cantaloupe. Nice choice. Favorite TV show?
Oh, I would say Bluey and Pete the Cat.
Okay. And favorite movie?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. All right. If you could travel anywhere, where would you travel?
New York.
New York. And who's your favorite hockey team?
Canada and Oilers.
Canada and Oilers. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty good. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Last thing is our cast shadow. This is a very light gray. Yeah, so there's the cover. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe. I do all sorts of things: watercolor painting, acrylic painting, realism, all sorts of things today. And for the last couple of videos, I've been focusing on stuff I think my kids will like. And you can also find me on Outschool. I teach, so look me up, Kendra Malcolm. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.